I have to say this because it's not a false alarm. This is a real notification. The Lakers just signed Matt Ryan.
The Lakers?
Yeah.
What do you mean the Lakers?
The Lakers just signed Matt Ryan.
Nathan, what the fuck do you mean?
LA Lakers bringing in former Celtics forward on non-guaranteed deal, eyeing training camp deal with Dwayne Bacon. Is that a parody?
What is it? It's
Hey, hold on. Before you walk in, let me work on a tease. Let me see if I can get a tease. This is what I've been trying to write. Let's see. All right, welcome in. We've got a great show for you guys today. Coming up, Russell Wilson is worse than Geno Smith. The Chargers. No, I gotta write something down. All right, fuck it. Just come in. Do the fucking snap shit.
what are we doing? What do I do again? Cover 3.
Episode
3?
Episode 3. Take 1.
Yeah.
Because last time I didn't say anything. It was kind of weird.
So then say take 1. Yeah.
Cover 3. Episode 3. Take 1.
Okay. What a day. What do you actually think about? How should we stagger games? I've never liked, it's bullshit that they have games they have normally 8 games, 9 games at 10 o'clock and then 3 or 4 games at 1:30. Like, why don't we split it up 6 and 6 or stagger a little bit in the morning? Because we're 3 weeks in and it's 3 times that there's been absolutely outrageous endings to the 10 o'clock games. And I missed so many plays because I'm just here, looking over here. Something crazy happened over here.
6 and 6.
That's the best way.
More
Why do you think
1
they
o'clock
do it?
games.
Why do they do it?
Because of time zones and scheduling and networks and stuff. I'm sure they got
No,
a reason.
actually, I think I've heard someone talk about this. They do it because, like today, Packers-Bucks was America's game of the week. If you only put 2 other games at 1 o'clock and 1:25, and especially if they're not very good games, Raiders-Broncos next week, you're going to be tuning in to the 1:25 game, and now that Fox game of the week or CBS game of the week just gets a fat number because you're kind of tunneling everyone to that specific game. I don't know. It is really fun because you get that 30-minute window from 12:30 to 1 o'clock or maybe a little later where it's just absolutely absurd. But man, switch it up. Next week we got London game. Do you wake up for the London games?
I kind of like waking up and catching a game as soon as I wake up. I don't like, because I wake up, I'm trying to just like get up earlier and be more productive. So I wake up early and then wait until 10 for the game. So I like it.
Yeah.
Fun
How's
for me.
the sleeping in or how's the waking up a little earlier treating you so far?
I feel better about myself. I don't feel like such a bum.
Yeah.
So it's been nice. I feel like, okay, like I'm getting a good start to my day, make myself some breakfast, deal with the dog.
You just
whatnot.
naturally on the weekends wake up now still at 6 a.m.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, if I sleep until like 7 o'clock, I feel like I've...
What time do you wake up for work during the week?
I try to be up and out the door by like 5:30. Sometimes I get there at 5.
Sometimes
Get
you
there at
get there at
5?
5?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. What time you go to bed at?
Anywhere from like 9 to 10:30. Just
Which is
depends.
probably easy during especially your busy time because you're just dead.
Yeah. No, it's not hard to go to sleep.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Winners, losers. Kick it off with some
Winners,
winners, losers in
Sure.
week 3. What? I can't do that. What? I can't do that. The fastest 2 minutes that Boom does. I would want to start with my MVP favorite. Do you want to take a guess at who my MVP favorite is now after week 3? Will you also pull up the MVP odds real quick on FanDuel? This episode, by the way, sponsored by FanDuel, our first sponsor. No, not actually.
Jalen?
No. It's the person who's leading the league in total touchdowns, tied for the league lead in passing touchdowns. Had an amazing game today. Well,
It's Lamar Jackson, isn't it?
it is Lamar Jackson. 4 touchdowns today through the air.
Right.
100 yards again. He's had 200-yard rushing games and a touchdown on the ground. His game last week got kind of overshadowed by Tua because of that comeback. But he had, maybe if you include like balls downfield and completion percentage as well as the rushing, maybe his career game last week. Amazing game today in New England. Way higher scoring than I thought. I thought they would win. We all thought they would win.
Yeah.
Very high scoring, though. Josh Allen took a little bit of a hit today. Lamar's getting paid. He looked great today.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite? Is it
It's probably Lamar. Yeah.
right there with Jalen? Keaton was saying Tua.
Jalen's frisky.
Where does Tua fit in it?
In the MVP?
Obviously, this is way too early to be
Wait,
talking.
yeah, I don't
And
know.
that's
It's
why
really early.
You can.
Maybe
I
by
still
week 10.
have fun saying Josh Allen, Mahomes, because those are the guys who like are kind of always
Naturally.
going to be in it.
Yeah.
I said I'm uncomfortable having a conversation about Tua and Jalen until at least November.
Yeah, give it to like week 10 or 12 and let's see it done for that long and then we can talk about it.
But we'll get to the rest of the AFC North and how they looked. The Ravens, though, dealing with the injuries that they're dealing with again already, are still, and J.K. Dobbins back today, didn't do anything today, but at least was back out on the field. Absolutely love Lamar, my biggest winner of the day.
I think the J.K. Dobbins thing was kind of planned. They said pregame that they weren't going to just like let him loose. You know what I mean? They were going to ease him back into things.
And I didn't know until, again, I read this morning he was playing again. I mean, I knew, but needed to be reminded that it was an ACL, an MCL, a hamstring, and a meniscus. Maybe the worst injury after like Alex Smith that we've seen in years.
Yeah.
That to think he was going to come back week 1, let alone whenever he comes back and just hit the ground running, is kind of unrealistic.
At RB too.
Yeah.
Especially being the RB1. I mean, that's who you expect to take the majority of the workload. So.
Yeah. Though it's
It's a
wide
tall
open, though.
task.
If he gets frisky, too, and then they can run the
Mhm.
ball a little bit. Bateman is by far the best receiver I think Lamar's had. I think he's better than Hollywood Brown. I mean, you'll see. But
Yeah.
in terms of at least being more sure-handed and having a more like diverse route tree. And I know Hollywood had a good game today, but I don't know. I just love the way the Ravens looked. They were my biggest winner of the day. Your biggest winner.
My biggest winner. I like the Ravens as well. Yeah, I guess I'd say the Ravens. The Eagles were they played the Commanders, the C words, but they are 3-0 and Jalen. I mean, that's a well-oiled machine, so I kind of want to say them as well.
Biggest loser of the week might be anyone who traded a first-round pick in their dynasty league for Carson Wentz. Unbelievable. He leads
Such
the
a
league in
bad
touchdown,
offense.
and I got talked into it. Like, yeah, he could at least put up points, and he at least put up at least got into the positives in the second half with some yards. But God, he looked awful, and he'll
Is it-
come out and ball out next week in Dallas. That's all good.
Can I say that the Eagles are one of the biggest winners if they played the C words? I
They
just
should
feel
be,
like
because
they're
them and the
3-0.
Dolphins are the only two left.
They're 3-0 and they look great. Jalen looks fantastic. So
Who looks better in the NFC? Nobody.
Oof, yeah.
By far, hands down, Jalen looks amazing.
Mhm.
Although I did bring this up. Here's an interesting Jalen nugget. It kind of sucks because is he not going to be extension eligible after this year? And if he has this kind of season and they win 11, 12 games, you're going to have to pay him
Yeah.
a decent amount. He
Oh,
might
yeah.
take something not stupid, and he's not going to be able to argue that he should get Josh Allen, Mahomes money.
Yeah.
But he's going to get a good chunk. And
He's
if you
gonna
just
get a great chunk.
look at their roster, you're not going to be able to afford the best O-line in the league. Combined with A.J. Brown, combined with Devontae's extension after next season, combined with
Their
Darius
defense.
Slay, Fletcher Cox, you just drafted 2 Georgia guys, you just brought in Marcus Williams or whatever. That does kind of suck, and I'm finding a way to find any type of negative in this team because it's just terrifying that the best team in the NFC as of today is in my division.
Yeah.
But that does kind of suck because what's amazing about seeing Herbert pop immediately, seeing Burrow pop immediately, is you can spend reckless immediately.
Mhm.
You kind of can't really do that, even though the Eagles kind of did without knowing it. So they do still have this year and next year's window. And you take advantage of your windows as soon as you can get them. So, yeah, I'd say you'd have to throw Dolphins in there, too, as biggest winners. Ravens, Dolphins, and Eagles. I
Yeah.
think you could say are biggest winners of the day by far.
Yeah.
I didn't think there were many winners today because I was looking through the scores and stats and stuff earlier. And it was gross. It was really gross.
I'm looking through them too, and it is very gross.
And the biggest loser, you can combine. It's a co-biggest loser. It would put me right up there with freaking Bob and I don't know. Have you guys ever seen? Did you ever watch The Biggest Loser? Bob and Jillian. Shout out Bob and Jillian. Great show back in the day.
Are you talking about that one where fat people go and lose weight?
Yeah.
I
And now
no,
it's
I
not a
never
thing
watched
anymore
it.
because that's fat shaming, asking people to lose weight who are morbidly obese. But that's another topic for another day. The Chiefs.
I agree.
The Chiefs. Guess who only needed the Chiefs to win a good 3.5-1 parlay and a good 9-1 teaser? Hit everything. Everything. And Matt Ryan had, dude, the Colts are just double penetrating Keaton and I to start this year every week, whether you bet for them or against them. Look awful the first 2 weeks, shut out by the Jags, and then play awful. They didn't play good. I have to rewatch that game tomorrow because everything else was so crazy. I just wasn't thinking about it until I kept looking up, and I'm like, yeah, it's still only 17-13. It's still only, I guess the Chiefs kind of went down the field, but didn't get points. And then all of a sudden they're scoring a touchdown to Allison Brooks or something. I don't even know what to say about that. I guess that was a little bit of a taste that you can have with today, is that at least the Broncos just won, I guess. But at least the Chiefs lost to where it doesn't hurt the division so much. But
I guess
that's awful. What a disappointing day for the Chiefs. What a bad.
The Colts going into this game only averaged 13 points a game, and today they converted on 6 third downs.
The Colts. It was just so bad. So bad. I don't have anything to say because I don't know how it happened. Sign a kicker. Why are we just letting this Amendola guy kick who can't make kicks or extra points? I think he missed an extra point or two last week, and they got the ball 30 seconds left, and you're like, oh, sick. They're just going to lose because you can't even get in field goal range because field goal range is inside the red zone. So that's hideous. And now we haven't won a bet all year now because of Rodrigo Blankenship. The Bengals couldn't beat Cooper Rush last week in Dallas. And I know they looked okay today, but I have them as a winner and loser because they won and they got at least a win. But Burrow's still getting hit. He only took 2 sacks, but he probably got hit at least 6 times. Mm-hmm. It's just, and the Jets pass rushes, at least coming into this week, you're like, well, they're awful. They're like 31st in pass rush win rate. They're last in sacks. They were going up against the Cowboys front 7 and then the Steelers with Micah and TJ, the 2 best defensive rushers in the league, that they should at least do well against the Jets, and he was still under pressure. And that game was never put away until probably 12:50. Yeah. So that's another winner-loser. I don't know, anything else, winner-loser that stuck out?
The Raiders.
I was just about to bring up the Raiders,
0-3 after a big offseason, a good preseason, and a whole lot of hype. If you're a Raider fan right now, you are feeling like the biggest loser, being 0-3.
They were 1 for 12 on third down. They had 6 penalties. The Titans were giving up 28 points a game coming into this game. And
it's kind of amazing that we thought Josh McDaniels. Why were people just thinking he was going to be good?
Patriots.
He gave us no track record of being a good. I mean, we talk about this all the time, the difference between being a good coach and a good coordinator.
I know all about that.
Yeah.
I know all about that.
And there were decisions today, again, that he's making. You're like, what are you doing?
So debatable.
You're going for it on 4th down and 3rd and 2, and you're running guys not even to the sticks. I know that's a player thing too, but it was just up and down, and he's upset. And God, man,
the trick plays were really bad.
He's worse. I don't know if he's worse than Gruden.
He is worse than Gruden. I'd say he's worse than Gruden.
At least I feel like
Gruden didn't go 0-3 ever.
And players liked Gruden at least. I feel like they played hard for him.
Well, they liked Gruden up until
the allegations.
Up until the emails.
Yeah, I wonder, though, because he's already been speaking at conferences and kind of slithering his way that maybe give it a few years and he can kind of... There was some weird stuff with that. Because that was all part of the Commanders, the investigation into Washington's whole front office. Yeah. And there are some people who think maybe the NFL, some people... owners or high up in the NFL would have enjoyed to get a little bit of the spotlight also because those emails came out of going into Bruce Allen's emails. But I don't know. One of my other big winners, Devontae Smith, but the Falcons and Jags and Packers. The Falcons, winners and losers. Another winner/loser because another winner/loser I have is the Seahawks. If I'm a Seahawks fan, that's the perfect game. You're frisky. Geno looks good. You score some points. It's not the worst to watch in the world, but you lose.
You want the pick.
You want the pick. You want the quarterback. If I'm a Falcons fan, I'm mad. I'm a little happy because Pitts had, 38 yards in the first 2 games. He had 63 in the first quarter today. Thought he was on pace for a huge day. only finished with like 87. Still his best game of the year so far. But I want to see Pitts involved. I want to see Drake London catch a touchdown. But I want to lose because I want CJ Stroud or I want Chase or Bryce Young.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucks. But Mariota looks kind of frisky too.
Yeah.
They're going to cover all year.
Yeah.
Sunday ticket fans, winners. No problems today. Any problems for you?
No, smooth. Nothing
Smooth
to
sailing.
report on here.
Yeah.
Still, DirecTV. I'm counting your days.
As of now, we're okay. I'm still happy that Amazon's going to get it, hopefully. But
Amazon, I don't even care. As long as it's not DirecTV, Amazon or Apple. Flip a coin.
they did credit me this week. Did they credit you? I got an email that they
No.
gave me a credit for at least for a month or two.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No,
And like
there's-
I didn't call or anything. I think they just gave it to everyone because they were like, "This is
Yeah.
a nightmare." Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably to make up for the mishaps you guys have had in the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, mishaps is something. I just want to say again, another loser. Our bets, dude. One. Even at the end, him and I couldn't resist because we're just degenerates. Live bet in the second half, Falcons at plus whatever they were, 165 or something like that.
Yeah, it was like I think plus 160.
And the Bucks, while they were down 8, and the Bucks were a 2-point
Oh.
conversion away.
Yeah, that's tough.
I don't really take away anything from that game because with the Bucks not having any of their receivers, I mean,
It's
what
hard
are
to
you gonna
gauge it.
do
Yeah.
when you're throwing to Russell Gage, Cole Beasley, and Scotty
Perriman.
Miller and Perriman?
Man.
Like,
Yeah.
gosh, that was tough.
It's
But
really
Rodgers, the Packers look good. Their receiving core starts to seem like they're falling in line a little
Like
bit.
I said, by the end of the season, they will all fall in line and it'll be fine.
I think by the end of the month, it looks like Lazard's fitting in a little well. He's got more yards in the last 2 games than Devontae Adams does. And
Dobbs look good.
Dobbs looked good today. He had 7 for 87 and Tutty. They looked good.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron looked happy. Still a couple little miscues here and there, but good. That's a good Bucks defense. And on the road. And by the way, in both of the Bills Dolphins. Okay, we need to talk about the Bills Dolphins game in general.
Yeah.
Tua, I was nervous at first because again, we're looking at other things going on, and then we just hear Siciliano, Tua Tagovailoa is headed to the locker room, and I'm like, I immediately thought of you because I was like, here we go, here it is. Couldn't even make it 3 weeks, and then they show the replay, and it looks like me getting into the batter's box sophomore year against Lewiston, just trying to get the team morale up, going all noodles as he's walking off. Apparently, Mike Florio said at the halftime of the Sunday night game that they're saying it was a back injury
I heard it was a back.
that made him kind of stumble like that. But he was like grabbing his head even after the stumble.
Fucking slammed his head on the turf, dude.
So concussed. And now they're investigating
They're looking
it.
into it. Yeah,
they're
yeah.
because somebody, whether it was Tua or somebody, told somebody to look the other way, and somebody
yeah.
was intimidated and just didn't say no. Because there's no chance that he does not have a concussion. That was unbelievable. And then towards the end of the game, he comes back in. That's another one I have to rewatch because the Bills just couldn't move the ball. And
No.
the Dolphins defense is good, but I bring up this game because in both the Bucks-Packer game and Miami game, the heat and everything down in Florida,
Yeah.
dude, guys were just dropping like flies. It was borderline dangerous at the end of the Bills game, and it was such a chaotic last 4 minutes. The guys were just literally dropping on the field. They made like 3 different camera cuts, and guys were literally dropping, and it looked dangerous. And then they were showing Aaron Jones on the sideline and Packers that were just having to just lay on the ground. So that was kind of wild to see. So loser weather and loser Floridians.
Yeah.
Stay safe. Stay safe this week. It's supposed to
Couldn't live there.
supposed to turn into a hurricane by Tuesday. It's supposed to be Bucks. I don't know if they're going to be able to play that Bucks game there Sunday night next week. They might have to move it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
Any other winners, losers? Giselle is a winner because Tom just looked unhappy again.
Tom does when he was walking in, he looks like how I look walking into Hippo. And I was like, oh, he's one of us.
Yeah, all 3. Although if you paid me what he's making, I would be much happier walking in Hippo. Speaking of,
Oh yeah, I wanna. Yeah.
we're asking for a jump this week.
Yeah, you're telling me that.
Yeah,
Nah.
and
I want your analogy too.
yeah. So here's the good analogy because man, we've got ammo. The weaponry we have locked and loaded. It's more than
We're
they're
looking at a
sending.
holdout. We're
Oh.
looking at a holdout.
Possibly.
We're looking at a lockout.
Possibly unionizing. Dude, more weaponry than they're sending to Ukraine is what we have.
Yeah,
Billions of dollars.
There's some firepower on our side.
Any other ones? The Texans-Bears game is a winner. Fun game.
Yeah.
Fun game. Montgomery goes down. Khalil Herbert has 157 yards and 2 tutties. And Davis Mills is frisky. And a game-winning field goal. Bears are 2-1.
Bears are 2-1.
Got to be kind of happy. Justin Fields 8 for 17 again. No tutties and 2 picks. Just,
Is it the Bears? Is it the organization holding them back?
well, he has no really receivers. I know we
Yeah.
like Mooney, but come on. That's number
Yeah.
one. That's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
even a starter. I don't even know who's running the offense. I haven't watched the games because I'm not just turning them on to take up one of the 2 TVs that has a full game on, and
Mhm.
they're obviously not on the red zone very much.
No.
But you'd have to think there's a reason they're only letting him throw 17 times a game.
Yep.
And let alone the completion percentage. But I want him to be good so bad. It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
Okay. Losers, my bets, Chargers. Can you just tell me what your 4 words were?
Should have hired Dable.
Should have hired Dable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did they interview him?
I think he was in the mix, but I think Staley was their guy. for
Did
the
they
most
interview
part.
anyone else other than
I don't-
Staley?
I don't know. It might have just been Staley.
Wow.
Actually, no. I don't even know if we should have hired Dable. We shouldn't have fired Schottenheimer.
You
Go-
shouldn't have fired Schottenheimer.
We went 14-2, and because the GM was a dickhead and had a disagreement with Schottenheimer about how to run the team, we fired him after a 14-2 season.
When did you go 14-2?
2006.
Oh my God! You shouldn't have fired Schottenheimer 16 years ago.
We went 14-2. We went 14-2.
Mason, you were what, 5, 4 when that happened?
Yeah.
Is it too late?
Were
No,
you born in?
I have-
You were born in 2001.
Right at the end.
You weren't even alive for 9/11, dude. He doesn't
Yeah,
even know what
I
it was
missed
like.
I missed it by 3 months.
He doesn't know what it was like for us, dude.
No,
I
he has
guess
no
not.
idea what life was like back then.
I
No,
guess not.
Never forget.
Mm.
I'll never
That's all I
forget.
really have to say. I don't know. Staley brought in.
I don't. What have we 2?
Yeah, fuck off. I'm not even gonna acknowledge that. I don't know. What was there to say?
Dude,
there
dropping
to
like
say?
flies.
What is there to say?
First of all, don't play him. Don't play him.
That made me lose. The Staley thing has already been going down at the end of that Kansas City game when he kept him in. The game was out of reach. I don't care about the onside. I don't care about the late touchdown. Game was out of reach. The game was out of reach today. Take him out. Take him out.
Yeah, don't
Staley
play him.
Staley is, like I said, the smartest dumbass I have ever seen in my life.
So a week ago, you said that there wasn't really any type of scenario though, that you wouldn't want.
Oh, he'll
you-
finish out the season. Sure.
But but there is now a scenario where at the end of the season you would want him gone.
I mean, is it going to get much better than this? We got out-coached heavily. And Doug Peterson's a good coach. It's no slight on him or the Jags team. But
I
he
haven't
got
seen anything.
out-coached pathetically.
How bad is the Rashawn?
He'll miss some time. It's a bicep thing, so he'll miss some time.
A
So now it's
strain?
Storm Norton.
Oh, I know. When we saw him running out. And then that was one of the things we were thinking about live bets. They were down 21. It was in the third. And it was like, we have seen Chargers games where it's like, they'll at least make this interesting. And then I think right when we said it, so we saw Trayvon Edwards or whatever below by Storm. And we were like, okay, definitely not.
Storm is going to get Herbert
Killed.
killed.
The fact that you didn't you should have, don't play him, take him out earlier.
And
When Rashawn comes off the field, take him out. Put Storm in for Herbert and just let him run the offense. That was a travesty. How bad do we know how bad Kenneth Murray is? He was limping
Nope.
heavily.
Yeah, he'll miss some time. This is a Charger season, and of course, it's when the roster is just loaded.
The hit when he fumbled, and then they're just zooming in. And he's just.
I know. Yeah, I know it's week 3, but I really have lost a lot of my hope because now we're banged up for the rest of the season.
Yeah, and
What's
the line
the-
is
what-
Lindsley. The
Yeah. Lindsley has tendonitis. Yeah, he's gonna play. He's
He
gonna
might-
make a difference.
he might be done.
Yeah, he might be
Mhm.
done.
Tendonitis can turn into career threatening stuff.
Oh yeah, it's no joke.
Yeah,
And
we're
also
gonna
when-
make a playoff run. We're gonna beat the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game or the Ravens. Yeah, we can stop Lamar. We
Here's
couldn't
some,
stop James Robinson, dude. We can stop Lamar in the AFC Championship game. Sure, Super Bowl run. Sure.
the Jags right now are averaging 28 points a game, and their defense is only allowing 12.7, which is, I mean, I'm not saying they're gonna keep this going for the whole year.
No,
but
they're playing great. I mean,
they've only allowed 38 points scored through 3 games.
Well, they shut out the Colts last week, and
Mhm.
week 1 was against the Commanders.
week one's
kinda
always
hard to
debatable.
tell.
Week one's always tough. It's
Yeah.
like an extra bye, or no, not an extra bye, an extra preseason game.
And then you play a 20% Justin Herbert.
Yeah. But considering we were coming into the season just like we're happy with the new aura around the Jags fans got to be
Oh yeah,
holy. They're
Right
fun.
now-
They're fun. And Trevor, man, Avery's take, that one's going to be his coldest take of all time. His Trevor take. He thought coming into the season, Trevor is still bad. Was bad last year, is bad, and will not be good.
yeah.
He looks great. Only
It's cold.
touchdown or only quarterbacks with 5 or more touchdowns and 1 or less interception. Patrick Mahomes, Trevor Lawrence.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Jags are fun. The only receiver with more touchdowns than Christian Kirk, Stephon Diggs.
The Jaguars are number 5 in the league right now in the standings.
They are nothing to scoff at, and we had a lot of injuries, but
Can you pull
It
up
doesn't
divisions?
matter. It
Oh, did
doesn't
you find the odds for Lamar?
Yeah.
MVP?
For MVP right now, Josh Allen is leading at plus 340. Mahomes is
value.
plus 550.
Not value.
And Lamar Jackson is plus 700.
7-1. Yeah.
stay healthy, and that's a bet.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts plus 850. And Herbert is plus 1200.
Yeah.
there's no Herbert- shot
now.
That's done. Yeah, that's no.
Because the record is just not going to be good enough.
The record won't be good enough, and he has no time to throw, and he's going to be playing hurt for the rest
Yeah,
of
he's
the
not
year.
going to have the stats. He's
He's
going
going
to
to be playing hurt for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
That takes so long to heal from. He won't
Especially
be
when
100%
every
until
week they're
week
just getting
one.
banged up still.
And now that Storm Norton's protecting him on his blind side, forget about it.
So what was the deal with them announcing Daniel on the board?
They also announced Lindsley. It's just, I don't know, game time decisions, I think.
God,
I don't know. It's a poverty franchise. What do you want me to tell you? It's a poverty franchise.
Did you want to take a look at the standings for the divisions? Is that what you were saying? You wanted
Yeah,
to
the
bring up?
odds, because I'm curious of what the Jags are in the South.
To win.
The
Are
South?
they not playing the best?
No, they are.
Let's not
Let's-
overreact to that ridiculous win. That was just the Colts' season kind of being on the line at home.
Yeah.
Right now, the Jacksonville Jaguars are plus 240 to win the division, AFC South.
They're all the way down to plus 240.
Mm-hmm. The Colts are plus 105.
Wow, that's a lot of money. Because I think before last week, after the Jags lost to the Commanders in week 1, they were 13-1 or 16-1 to win the division.
Yeah, they're
And then
plus
they shut out
240.
the Colts last week, and they come down to like 9, and now they're all the way down to plus 240. Wow, that's crazy. Good for Trevor. I do love.
They'll
sucked.
probably
I was
take our
sad
playoff
that-
spot.
They could. They're going to be
think they
really
will.
frisky, especially in that division. They're going to beat up on. They can beat up on the Texans and can beat up on the Titans, and they've already beat up on the Colts.
It's not.
They can stack some
It's
wins.
not ridiculous to say that they'd be the 8th seed, at all.
No, not at all. 7. They're 7.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but
My
7
bad.
seed.
That's not crazy.
Because let's just go through. We got the Ravens as a lock. We're gonna keep the Bengals hanging around, but they're gonna be like, if you're just talking right now, how are we playing?
They're in the
Like,
mix.
Whatever. Bengals. I'm sorry, but we can't put them in the class at the top of the AFC right now, with just how the
I think
season.
they're in the mix though.
They're in the mix for the playoffs. But if
Yeah,
you're just
yeah,
talking
yeah, yeah,
locks,
yeah.
if you're talking teams that I would consider locks for the playoffs today, with how I
Yeah.
would say Ravens.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
you
I'd
know,
say Ravens. come on.
Obviously, injuries can change all of this,
Mhm.
but just how we feel. Ravens lock, Bills lock, Dolphins lock,
Chiefs.
Chiefs lock. That's 4. AFC South is gonna have a winner. So then let's just say that's 5. So then let's just say it's the Colts. Then
Sure.
you're still talking about the Jags, and then you have the other AFC West teams as Broncos and Chargers. We'll just see. The West is just I have that as a loser the entire AFC West.
Oh yeah.
It's not bad. But again, like we said last week, we were thinking it was
The
going to
hype
be the
was
shit.
the hype was unreal.
Absurd.
There might be 4 playoff teams.
The Raiders and Broncos might have two of the grossest offenses in the entire league.
We are equally as gross as both of them.
You guys are equally. You guys are more actually annoying because you have Herbert. Like they have quarterbacks that aren't playing well. You have a guy who it's like I can't.
I might follow him to where he signs next. Because if I'm him, I'm not re-signing. I'm gonna follow him.
You would follow him and leave.
I just asked Derek. I was like, "Is it too late to switch over? Is it? I only like the team because my dad liked him. I don't even like that guy, so maybe I just follow Herbert.
What?
Joey will be done by then. Keenan will be done. Like my guys that like kept me in for so long. I just follow Herbert.
Do you actually enjoy watching the team play, or is it certain players? Because
I like the team. I like watching the team play.
This is a generational thing. The NBA is very hot on this right now. Kids and young guys growing up, they don't like teams. They like players. They follow LeBron. They follow Kevin Durant.
I'm not gonna leave the team, but
He's just upset. He's just upset. It's just emotional. It's okay. You're on a break.
yeah, this AFC playoff, so 7 teams from each conference make it, correct?
Yeah.
The AFC is gonna be tricky, man. It's
Yeah,
gonna
we're
be
only
really
3 weeks
tricky.
in, but there's just going to be a lot. I think it's not as good as we thought it was. So it's still going to be as competitive, but it's going to be as competitive with craziness in the last month and a half because you're going to have teams that are blowing leads all the time and wins coming out because there's just so many teams that really aren't playing as well as we thought, whether it be with injuries or new coaches, new systems, or new players. It's wild.
that's why I think the Bengals are in the mix. A couple of games go their way later in the season. They sneak in. What, they got in at 10-7 last year? So,
No, I definitely would say if I was just if I had to bet on teams to make the playoffs, I would have the Bengals in it. It's just I am not confident in them all season because I don't go into a game thinking, oh, there's not a 40% chance that Burrow's going to leave this game on a stretcher.
that's a great point.
So I'm never going to be comfortable with them. It's partially with Lamar too, but I kind of trust Lamar a little bit. He kind of when he runs, a lot of times just falls and like
Yeah, Lamar can get away.
he's way smarter about his hits.
The
now.
Bengals have a very, very tough schedule.
Yeah, it's not easy either. Yeah.
I mean, they end the season at Tampa Bay, at New England, playing the Bills at home, playing Baltimore at home.
Patriots big loser today too.
Yeah, that was one of mine.
It sucks because they played well and they were in it for a lot of the game and they were hanging in there. It was a high scoring game. I wanted if I was going to bet an over under, was going to bet the under for sure, and it was like 48. But that game was high scoring all over. I guess Mac looked actually okay.
Mac
but
threw
that
3 picks.
Yeah, he did. He was also sacked
and they
3
were
times.
bad, a couple of them.
Mac is not good.
No,
I'm very comfortable saying that.
no, yeah.
I'm very.
He's
comfortable
not
saying
good without. Yeah, no.
Devontae
Can't pay him.
Parker, 5
That's how we
catches
judge
for
guys.
156.
that. He's a.
Strange. Yeah, that was weird. That was one that just popped up on the screen when they had receiving leaders for the day, and I was like, "Excuse me." Saints a loser. Jameis sucks.
Yep,
He teases you, but he sucks. When you
I
need
can
him to
say
be
it.
good, he sucks.
I can say it now. I just was holding out hope. You know, I
I
like
know
the
you
guy.
like
I
him.
like who he is.
Yeah.
I like the way he talks. He's funny. He's like a funny. Keeps everything like fresh, but he's bad.
Again, I can't even get into the Bills because they're big losers today because I have to rewatch that game. I just don't understand how they blew that. It made no sense.
Oh, I kind of have another loser as well. Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
He's bad too.
So mediocre.
I had this screen. I just had it like because I'm not watching that game. I'm popping in every now and then if something comes up, but I'm watching that game. I'm watching another game, and like the score on the bottom comes up, and it just shows Baker's stat line. I'm like, holy, he's so incredibly bad. Didn't their rookie go down, or was that Washington's? Because they should be playing that rookie. But I think
Corral,
he's down.
I think he went
He's
down.
down for the season.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you would be throwing him in immediately. You're not gonna play.
Yeah.
You're not gonna play Darnold. I understand that.
Unless, I mean, Matt Rule is going to be fired within the month, but
Yeah, Rule's done.
you probably want to play Baker because Panthers, I'd be doing the same thing. I have DJ Moore. I have McCaffrey. We have weapons. We actually have kind of a frisky defense that still plays well. Jeremy Chin, Brian Burns.
I like their defense.
Yeah, they're
I like
good.
Chin. I like
We
Burns.
just need a new quarterback, and we need a top pick. So Baker, get in there and throw 60 passes.
Get
That's
in
gonna
there.
be that's gonna be how I get 14 losses. Is Baker throwing 60 passes.
He said, keep going in there, going 12 for 25, and stinking it up and being the most mediocre. And their O line really isn't doing him any favors. He really doesn't have a lot of time. Like when you actually watch the games and like watch him on offense, he has no time. He's running for his life, but he's still bad.
Eckler has the fewest yards per carry
I
and yards
hate-
per catch.
I hate watching him run the ball so much. It is so horrible. It is so gross for me to watch Eckler run the ball now. And I think it's a scheme thing. I think it's an offense thing. I don't know. I hate all the pitches on 3rd and 1. Why are we pitching it on 3rd and 1?
I hate when teams go side to side on short yardage situations.
3rd and 1 and we're pitching it and he just gets swallowed.
Unless it's Tyreek or you're doing someone stupid fast like
Yeah,
that who gets
to
to the edge
get the
faster than
edge.
98% of the league,
Mhm.
then obviously. But that one was so frustrating to watch.
Eckler, I think Lombardi isn't doing Eckler any favors, but also I think
Colts
Eckler's
been, what is he, 28?
I think he's falling off.
We're already past our. I mean, we already did that dance when we were just prepping for the draft and
Let
stuff.
him catch the ball, because that's where he operates the best, like in space, going downfield. But he is not. He is a shell of his former self, and sucks to watch.
You guys won. Vikings won.
Yeah.
You weren't happy for 99% of the game.
That was
Actually,
close.
didn't even want to watch parts of it. Kirk was gross again at times. Really didn't deserve to win necessarily. Jefferson didn't do anything again.
I didn't get to talk about Kirk last week because we hadn't seen him play
Luckily,
yet.
yeah.
I just have a few little things that I dipped my finger into over the weekend. He has 4 career playoff appearances. He's been to the playoffs 4 times. In those games, 5 fumbles and 3 touchdowns in 4 games.
He does have as many playoff wins as Dak.
Right. I mean, that just proves how bad he is. In 2-10 on Monday night games. 2-10.
Bad.
That is
prime time.
10-18 in career primetime games.
That's the difference between him and Dak. It makes me so mad when I hear Bill Simmons or Colin to comparing him to Dak because of these numbers. And it's like, yeah, he's good when things are good around him, but you can't rely on him. Yes, that is true. But if you went to each locker room and talked to all the players and said, who do you love? Who would you run through a wall for? Everybody loves Dak. Everyone loves him and his teammates love him. And Kirk hates gays.
Well, did you see what Justin?
That's true. That is
Did you
true.
see what Justin Jefferson said about Kirk in the offseason?
No.
He said something along the lines of like, Kirk does his own thing, so me and the other receivers get together and we throw to each other and everything, but Kirk's never there.
Oh, he's not even throwing shit to him. Yeah,
He doesn't care. He doesn't
even
care.
worse. I thought you were just saying hanging out with him because I was gonna be like, yeah, of course they're not hanging out with Kirk. Like Zeke and all of them are like
Kirk is
hanging
hanging out
out.
with Trump on the golf course, dude.
Dude.
He doesn't have time for them.
He does not have any black friends outside of football. If he wasn't a football
I don't
player,
even
he would
think
have.
he's friends with anybody on the team.
Yeah, or just anybody, but his wife.
He's probably friends with Harrison Smith.
Yeah, Thielen, him Thielen.
Yeah, him and
probably.
Thielen are
Thielen
buddies.
go golfing.
Yeah,
Exactly, but it's ridiculous. It's
that's bad. Yeah, and Dak is good in primetime games. His primetime record is really good.
Yeah.
And he dominates his division. Like he does certain things that's so bad. If you want to talk about how they're both overpaid and whatever, that's fine. But don't say that you could swap out one for the other and that you're just as fine. I've been as critical of Dak as anyone the last 3 weeks, and I think that's way too far because I know who Kirk is. I've watched Kirk for 8 years, for 10 years, and
Kirk
I
is-
loved playing against him every single time with Romo, with Kyle Orton, with Kellen Moore, with John Kitna. Loved it every time.
he became a starter in 2015 and has lost 16 primetime games since.
That's
He's
insane. How's he
It's
even on
Derek Carr.
primetime that much?
It's the most in the NFL. He's 7 and 28 against winning teams since joining the Vikings in 2018. 7-28.
And they only have one winning team in their division. It's not like they're just in a really good division. Yeah, no, it's bad. It's bad. I felt really bad for you. I don't know how we didn't see it. We should be betting if they're ever when they play the Cowboys. Isn't that a Sunday night game?
Yeah, it is.
We
Yeah.
know we were hammering that week. Might as well just get and make some money off of them.
Yeah.
Especially against the boys. That's one I can. And I don't like to just call out wins, but we'll guarantee that one.
every time.
That's the one Kirk just
Every
turns it around.
time.
Yeah, no, probably.
Look what happened last time we played you guys Sunday night. Or
Cooper.
no, it was Thursday night.
Oh, that one too.
I'm
That-
talking about Zeke's rookie year.
Dak,
Thursday
yeah.
night when you guys just absolutely
That was
embarrassed us.
number 11 of the 11-game winning streak. Dez, big touchdown that game. That was nice. Low scoring, though. Really low scoring.
Yeah, I don't know. I drank a half gallon of Black Velvet during it, so I don't remember a lot of
It
it.
was on Thursday, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't go to school the next day.
It's a Thursday.
All right,
Yeah.
let's get to next week. Let's get out of this week. This
Yeah,
week
we
was
got-
disgusting. Tomorrow's going to be gross because I texted my brother last week before the Bengals game. He asked, what's your prediction? His was 37-10. I said, my head says we're going to get blown out. My heart says I know this team, and they're going to win to get our hopes up and lose to the Giants. So hammer the Giants. Just get ahead of it.
We got 20 minutes on my time anyway. I don't know if I started late, but
I like it.
should be enough for.
Derek, give me your parlay for next week. We're not going to try to come up with some crazy one. I don't know what really happened with the one that we talked about last week. We didn't end up placing it because the loans haven't gone through yet. I'm still waiting for the Supreme Court to overturn that before it actually happens, before we really throw any money down. But one parlay each of us are going to give each week. We're going to keep track. Let's see who the sharp eye is. This will be interesting. This will be interesting.
I've got the Dolphins money line
Against?
against the Bengals, plus 132. I like that
Okay. Why?
because the Dolphins are 3-0 and they've proved at every level of football they can play.
But they have to lose eventually.
I totally agree.
This is on the road. Bengals kind of turned it around.
Yes, but they also looked atrocious at points today.
Yeah.
They looked really bad.
And the Dolphins defense
And the
is
Dolphins, Melvin Ingram is a dog. So I really do like the Dolphins against the Bengals. I think that, yes, I get it. The Dolphins were at home today against the Bills.
Yeah.
But with the Bills team like that, I don't think it home field advantage definitely plays a factor. But with
Yeah.
the Bills team like that, does it when it comes down to it? Does it? I don't know.
I would say today because of all the exhaustion. And remember last year they lost that game 9-6 in Jacksonville, and that game was one of those crazy hot humid games, and they just fell apart. And that one was just so. I just don't understand.
I guess what I'm saying is I like the Dolphins going into
No, that's
Cincinnati.
okay.
I'm
might as well
comfortable.
might as well bet on the Dolphins until they lose.
Right. And then I've got the Buccaneers plus 114 against the Chiefs. That's at home. I like that. I
Okay.
do.
Okay.
And then I've got the Texans plus 6.5.
Even if they
against
don't
the
get their
Chargers.
receivers back.
Huh?
Even if they don't get their receivers back, the Bucks.
Well, I guess that one definitely.
I guess
can
Evans will be back because he was just suspended this week. It was no
And then
injury.
I think Julio Jones is going to return. Chris Godwin may return because both of them were kind of like, we don't know. So I'm thinking maybe another week will give them a little more time. It's those injuries are weird because hamstrings and quads and things of those nature,
Linger.
you can't really rush it. There's
No.
nothing you can do other than just sit. You just have to wait, which is really unfortunate when you're Julio Jones and Chris Godwin.
Okay, third one.
I like the Texans plus 6.5 against the Chargers. I do. I don't think Herbert's playing next week. If they play him,
He's for sure playing.
Oh.
he played all day today with.
so fucking bad. Just so defeated.
He played all day today, and it looked like he wanted to shoot himself. He's like, take me out of this game. What am I doing?
But they're the Texans, dude. They're awful. They still lost to the Bears today. It's Davis Mills. It's Lovie Smith. Come on. The defense. How many points are the Texans going to score against the Chargers defense? Oh, that's the other one. How bad is the Bosa? Groin? That looked like a groin when he was walking off.
Groin could be a few weeks. We don't know. We don't know.
Dropping like
He'll
flies,
He'll be banged up for the rest of the year. Questionable. Did not practice. Limited practice. Oh, he's in. Oh, he fucked
We
up
got to
his groin
cheese the
again.
hell out of the Chargers next week.
No,
Get them down to
Don't
half a
bet-
point where
don't-
they just have to win.
don't bet on the Chargers.
You guys aren't losing to the Texans.
We did last year, and we were banged up and had COVID injuries or COVID absences.
Injuries.
So, guess what? were banged up going
Wait,
into
did
this
those
game.
players get paid when they had COVID?
I don't know.
And also, were
Probably.
they?
Oh, okay. I was
This
just
isn't
wondering if
fucking
people
Hippo
got
Car
paid.
Wash. This isn't Hippo Car Wash,
Yeah.
so I'm sure they'd get a fair amount.
I just thought, yeah.
They're
Did you guys have any
Pandemic
vaccine-related injuries last year?
vaccine-related injuries.
Yeah.
Depends who you talk to.
You see, you know, a lot of
The
these
team
NFL
doctors.
players, they get jabbed, and you know that heart starts ticking a little differently. You know, the quads start tensing up. Rodgers had COVID toe. You know,
No, that wasn't fair. That was fake.
he's not jabbed either. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't know.
He's jabbed with love
He is jabbed with love.
and perspective.
Mm-hmm. He got the ayahuasca drip.
I really want one day. Okay, Mason, yours. So your 3, what does that add up to? Say it again, and what does it add up to?
Houston plus 6.5 against the Chargers. Tampa Bay plus 114 against the Chiefs, and the Dolphins plus 132 against the Bengals. All of that adds up to plus 847.
All right, man, ride with it. I can't say I sign off because the Chiefs, I just can't imagine them losing 2 games in a row, let alone to the Bucks. I think they're gonna walk in and take care of business, especially if there's no Godwin. Julio, fine, sure, if he plays, but also hamstring injury already after him being injury prone the last 2 years and not being the same Julio. Texans can't get on board with that. Sorry, as bad as we all think it is for the Chargers.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But I don't mind your Dolphins one. I have Dolphins down, but for something else. But yours?
I have the Dolphins.
Money line?
Just +3.
Okay. I like +3.
I like +3 for the Dolphins. Keep it close and then win by the field goal.
Okay.
I like that. I have the Ravens. Also, I believe at
Ravens.
+3. Go at home playing Buffalo.
Buffalo coming off a loss, dude.
Coming off a loss. They can be beat. What if Lamar has a great game? I don't want to hear it from you. You haven't won a bet this. You haven't won a bet this season.
Okay, that's
We need
fine.
fresh ideas. We need fresh ideas. And then I had trouble with my last one, but for some reason on here, Arizona is going into Carolina, and Carolina is only -1, so that's basically even,
Pretty much,
as I
yeah.
understand it.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Arizona.
I think I would too.
Yeah.
I
It's
like
just
that a
+1,
lot.
but it all adds up for me to +594.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Realistic.
I like the boys at home against the Commanders.
Okay.
After watching Carson Wentz today, and I don't like betting on the Cowboys because it just makes it hurt twice as bad.
Yeah.
Emotionally and financially. But after watching Wentz today and the pressure he was under today, I mean, what's the over-under for Micah sacks next week?
Oh.
Alternate line, do we bet on him to have 5 sacks? He's going to throw Wentz around like a rag doll.
I think their O-line's pretty banged up.
Yeah. So I also like possibly the under in that game. It's 42. I would decide depending on Dak might be practicing this week, so I don't know. But it's -152. Pretty good.
Mhm.
I like over 47.5 in the Dolphins-Bengals game. So that's about a 27-24, 24-23. That's kind of the basis there. I think points. I think Dolphins, assuming Tua plays and he's not concussed. Dolphins, I feel like you kind of have to chalk up when they're not playing one of the best defenses, and I don't love the Bengals defense.
Yeah.
Kind of like 21-ish points. And I think the Bengals at home can put up points too.
It's just going to be tough with the Dolphins pass rush playing the Bengals O-line. Burrow's going to get hit a lot. It's going to be hard to put up points if you're just have people in your face all day.
Yeah, but I mean, this O-line's been bad for a year and a half.
I mean,
It's been bad since the beginning of last year, and it's normally fine because they're normally getting their playmakers involved. I'm betting on home game. They've been on the road twice already, and after the win today, maybe the morale's a little better.
Yeah.
I like under 41.5 in the Jets and Steelers. I think that is a 17-10 game, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Trubisky and that Steelers offense on Thursday looked not good.
Browns D's tough though.
Browns D is tough, but it's Trubisky. And the O-line, sure, Cade. Sure, the O-line looks better, but come on. Sure. I don't really want to bet that one though, because I just don't want to have anything on the Jets. And Flacco's been a little frisky. Garrett Wilson's a little frisky.
He is.
I like the Falcons at home against the Browns. At home, they're an underdog. I thought they played well today. I think they can move the ball. I think they're going to be frisky all year long.
They've been in games against the Rams. They came back against the Rams and almost won it.
And they were beating the Saints a lot of week one, who are probably just bad, but still.
No, yeah, they're putting up points, so they're frisky.
So I think I'm going to roll with that. I think I'm going to go Cowboys money line against the Commanders. I'm going to go over 47.5. I might swap out. I think I'm going to swap out my over 47.5, and I'm going to ride the Cardinals with you just to win in Carolina.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to go Cowboys money line, Commanders, Falcons money line, home to Cleveland, and Cardinals money line on the road. And that gets me to 642.
Not too far off from me.
Yeah. So what do we want to put on these each week? $20? $20 until those loans hit. We'll see if whoever does better over the next month or so gets to place the first big bet. We'll say.
I like that.
Like that?
I like that idea a lot.
All right. I think we're going to end with a couple would you rathers. I think we're going to give our...
Well, I thought of a good one today.
Give our shot.
Scenario-wise.
What was your suggestion?
Would you rather Dalvin Cook edition?
Oh, that's an interesting one from Mr. Let's Trade Him over there.
All right, let's hear it. Who would I rather have?
Dalvin Cook? You want me to list off running backs?
Yeah, is that how this works?
Sure. Eckler.
Ooh. That's already pretty good.
Eckler.
Why?
I feel like he can stay more healthy.
Yes, and the thing with Dalvin is it's like, yes, he's very, very injury prone, it seems like. And he has these little games where he, breaks off a couple runs, he hits 100, but he doesn't, it seems like he's not involved in the passing game anymore.
No.
Which is kind of unfortunate because
He was good.
he was extremely good out of the backfield catching balls.
Screen game was
So-
fire.
Yeah, so I personally would take Eckler because I think he's more involved in that offense.
And Madison looks as good as him when he has to get plugged in for him. Half the time I actually think it's Dalvin running. I'm like, oh, no, it's Madison.
I've been saying this, dude. Trade and but like you were saying earlier, who's gonna trade for Dalvin?
Yeah. And what are you going to get
And
for
it's
him?
hard.
Yeah,
It's
no
It's
one's
hard to.
no
you
one's
know,
trading for Dalvin.
No, not with his money. Kamara?
I think I would take Kamara over Dalvin. I think he's more involved in that game, in that offensive
Have you
scheme.
been watching Kamara, though, so far this year? Not really.
Yeah.
But you have a
Not much going on.
It's a weird year for our top running backs.
I think we're realizing why they were all priced the way they were priced in those dynasty.
Yeah.
Why they were so cheap.
Mhm.
Aaron Jones? Would rather have Aaron
Dalvin.
Jones.
I would rather have Dalvin.
Oh, really?
I would.
I thought that was another easy one.
No,
Yeah, I think
No.
Aaron still looks juicy.
no, I don't like Aaron Jones. I think
But
he
watch,
fumbles
but watch.
the ball.
What about AJ? AJ Dillon? You'd rather have AJ Dillon?
I might take
Yeah.
AJ
Oh.
Dillon. I
He
might
just sees
take
those
AJ
thighs,
Dillon.
dude. You see those thighs,
Uh-huh.
and you just can't resist.
Oh.
Dude, he's got Bo Jackson sized legs.
Legs? We're talking legs?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just talking who's better, dude, and it's Eckler.
Oh, his physique is better. I'm gonna
Actually,
take
no.
it.
I think I would take AJ Dillon. I think I'm on his
Guys.
side. I think Eckler's. Oh,
AJ
no, we're
Di-
doing Dalvin.
Yeah.
Dalvin. Yeah, no, definitely.
AJ stays healthy. Dalvin's gets banged up every single year.
Yeah, no, I'm taking Dalvin. Swift,
Swift. Give
Yeah.
me Swift.
Khalil.
Give me Dalvin.
I'm okay with that one. I'm okay with that one.
Zeke.
Give me Dalvin.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd probably take Zeke.
Zeke can block. Can Dalvin block?
Dalvin can block, yeah.
All right. Brian Robinson.
I haven't seen him play. So he got shot.
And take a hit, though.
I know he can take bullet holes, so I'm sure he can take a couple hits from a shoulder pad.
Yeah.
Miles Sanders. Saquon.
Saquon.
Okay.
Saquon.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I would take Saquon.
Thank you.
Rashad Penny.
Dalvin.
Dalvin.
James Conner.
Dalvin. No, he did have a lot of touchdowns last year, but that was no. Dalvin. I'm taking Dalvin too.
I think I hit Fournette.
I would probably take Lenny.
I'd flip a coin.
I would take Lenny.
McCaffrey. Speaking of bad
Ooh,
starts,
gosh, these are good.
also banged up all the time though.
I'm taking McCaffrey.
I'm taking Dalvin because he's black.
Okay.
They play better. Are they not better? They're all better.
Unbelievable.
I think I hit most of them.
That's a good list right there. Najee
Nixon,
came to mind.
I would take.
Chubb. I would take all three of those over Dalvin.
I don't.
Maybe
think
not Mixon.
Dalvin hasn't.
I don't
had-
enjoy watching Mixon.
Mixon pisses me
I
off.
had him for
especially when he's on your fantasy team.
Yeah, I was just gonna
Oh.
say the last 2 years prior, I had him on different fantasy teams, and so frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he somehow ends up top 10, but scores a lot of touchdowns.
I guess.
All right, do you have any would you rather's?
Yeah, Jalen Hurts,
Right, Jalen Hurts. That's a fun one.
That's fun.
Okay, give us some quarterbacks.
Joe Burrow.
Can you say
Burrow.
Hurts? Because that seems. Yeah.
Because what if Burrow was on the Eagles? That's what you have to do with all these.
it's the O line? Yeah.
What if Burrow
It's
had
recency bias too for Hurts.
What if Burrow had the best offensive line in the league? AJ Brown, Devontae Smith.
I'll
and
take
that
Burrow.
defense?
I'll take Burrow.
Yeah, not even close.
Okay.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
Dude, not even close.
Mahomes.
Mahomes.
Start on the other side. Start with Trubisky.
Okay. Trubisky.
Hurts.
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll take.
Not even close. He throws way better balls.
I'll take Trev too.
And he's mobile. We saw him run a little today. He can when
He's
he
just
wants.
prototypical. He's just big
Classic.
guy, big arm.
But yeah, in the open field, he can run.
Yeah, he can move. He's like Herbert level. Move
Yeah.
around.
Kyler.
Kyler.
Hurts.
Thank you.
Not even close.
Trey Lance.
Especially like part of when you want to get to the Kirk Dak locker room thing. When you're talking Kyler and Jalen. Look at how all those
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
talk
yeah.
about Jalen. That's my biggest thing and why I'm coming into this year. It seemed so obvious to me. Kate and I months ago were like, dude, the Eagles, like bet them for most wins in the conference. Like Jalen's gonna be good. He has the pieces around him, and then he like works his ass off. He has since high school in Alabama because he's always had to fight for this spot. So
Yeah.
I don't love him as some talent, but like he works his ass off, and guys love him. Teammates love him. Kyler,
Yeah.
on the other hand, is just playing video games.
Trey
and
Lance.
having the worst playoff games.
I'll take
of the ever.
Jalen.
That's I can't say TBD.
Okay.
They are reportedly this morning still all in with Lance. There's no.
You have to be.
Yeah.
He hasn't had a shot.
But also, I heard, I think it was Peter Schrager this week. He loves Trey and has loved Trey, and the idea of him being great as much as anybody. This is going to be now 3 years since he's played any amount of significant football. He
The
had
first year wasn't on him though.
No, but he had the year at North Dakota State 3 years ago, and then they play one game, and then the whole season gets canceled for COVID. And then he gets drafted and doesn't play last year other than the end of when you're talking about he already had such limited football experience when he got drafted, and now it's going to be year 3, or is Dilfer talking about it? It was Dilfer. And he, again, loves Trey. He's just worried because when you look at the history, like, you know, it doesn't just click like that. It's going to have to be something that we haven't really seen before. And it's already kind of a situation, what they traded up to take someone so inexperienced. But I don't know.
Sure. Yeah.
TBD.
TBD.
I'm nervous, though. I don't feel good about it.
I feel okay. We need to see it before I can just write it off. But Hurts.
Okay. Dak.
Hurts. I don't know. Put Dak on the Eagles.
I think.
No, because we're picking quarterbacks in their teams.
But that's how you can kind of tell. No, I'm just saying quarterbacks, not with their teams, because I mean that's totally different.
Well, we did that for Burrow.
Yeah, I'm saying imagine them in each other's situations.
I guess, yeah.
Tua.
I would say
Okay, well.
Hurts over Dak. And
saying
I would
Hurts over Tua.
Hurts just because the injury thing. If I knew Tua was gonna play all the time,
Give
I love his balls.
Hurts.
Clip it.
Give-
directly at you. I was like, come on, man.
Give Hurts
Tua has great balls, dude.
Give
He
Hurts
does.
Tyreek and Waddle. All I'm saying.
Yeah, and he probably doesn't throw down the field as good as Tua does. He can throw further, sure,
You
but
can't-
Tua's anticipation and
You can
it's
always
been
play
on
the
fire,
what if
dude.
game. Like, oh,
He
what
looks
if
good.
so and so has like, yeah, okay,
But no, that's part of it. Because last year the problem with Hurts is that he couldn't throw. He couldn't anticipate and lead and like throw guys open. We talk about all the time the windows in the league and the difference. You got to be different to be able to be a consistent, accurate passer down the field.
and he's debatably the most accurate passer in the league right now.
I know, but that's best offensive line in the league, best running game in the league. AJ Brown, top 10 receiver, and Devontae Smith, who's breaking out.
But throws into tight windows, leading receivers, things of that nature, that
Before-
is on the quarterback.
Yeah, look what Tua just did last week.
Yeah, Tua's good.
I'd have to watch the film because is he not just hitting these guys in space and letting them get fucking 15 yards after the catch?
I don't know. The touchdown to Gesicki last week was great. Put it in a spot only he could catch it. His first touchdown to not Gesicki was like number 85 or whoever it was. It was with a guy with a corner on one side, a safety over the top, and then another corner coming from the slot on the other side, and he threw it way earlier than Dak would have ever thrown it, and he fit it into a window just right on his chest where he just couldn't help but catch it. I think those throws are elite, and I think if he just has the time, then you combine it with those gadget plays and them just vertically wearing teams out and beating them down the field. I heard someone compare it this week. It's like a ground and pound with speed. Normally you run it so much, establish a run so that Derrick Henry is wearing on you, and in the fourth quarter you break those big ones. Well, Tyreek and Jalen just run verticals the whole game, and by the time you get to the fourth quarter, these corners have run like 4 miles, and they're just exhausted, and all of a sudden they break them. So I think you combine everything, and that's how you get the Dolphins as so far the most exciting team in the league.
No, Tua's leading the NFL right now in QBR.
And it's all great. It's all great. I think it's a perfect combination of everything. It's just hopefully the line can hold up and he's not under pressure, because what we don't like is when he all of a sudden has to make quick decisions and move, because he can't really, and stay healthy. I think he's concussed. Next.
He's 100% concussed, dude. That
Unbelievable.
man needs
It's
to have his
unbelievable.
brain scanned quickly. And it blows my mind that he's going to play next week.
Oh,
We all know he's going to play next week.
Yeah.
And we saw him literally almost fall down trying to walk.
he did.
He pretty much
Yeah.
fell.
Yeah.
Oh, he stumbled.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was almost worse than falling.
he was drunk for a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's just
Okay. Any more? Keep going. Of course, the Tua one we spend the most time on.
It's controversial.
For some reason, I don't know why
we're
I'm
kinda-
so invested. I don't
we got
understand.
slim
Must be
pickings
because he's
here.
left-handed.
I mean, all these are pretty much givens now. Jacoby Brissett,
I mean, yeah.
Jared Goff.
Give me Deshaun, though. I'll take Hurts over Stafford. Come at me. I'll take him over Brady. Come at me.
I'll take
No.
him over Brady. I'll take him over Brady.
Right
Brady's
now,
divorce
yeah.
is really weighing in
Yeah,
on him.
this
Hurts
might
isn't
be
going
the
through a
one.
divorce.
Yeah, this is definitely his last year.
What
Rodgers?
about Justin
Absolutely.
Fields? Have
Hurts.
we seen enough
Hurts.
yet?
Hurts. And we can play the game about what would Fields look like, and it could look better, but like you can't even, because there's no even possible. Like Fields is literal lost cause. He's like been given a terminal illness to where there's just 3 months to live. There's no chance you survive, because there's no way he's gonna leave the Bears and go somewhere. He'll go somewhere, maybe do a Jameis type thing. Goes to a team, quarterback gets hurt. Maybe he's a filler. He can be a filler, a Mariota that fills in for your bridge gap year. Yeah, 100% will be that. It just sucks because I didn't like him so much, but no, can't throw. I guess he
Yeah.
doesn't have anyone to throw to.
Yeah,
A-Rod?
it's unfortunate.
Still take A-Rod.
Hey, Rod, dude. Come on.
Definitely.
He looked saucy today.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Over Mahomes, over Russ. Hurts or Russ?
My brain says Russ.
No.
Hurts.
Hurts. Thank you.
Hurts.
You
Locker
have to think
room.
about
Locker room.
locker room. You don't have Hurts going around.
Runner pass.
Doing-
pass.
Yeah. Ew, bro.
Run
Cut that
pass.
shit out.
I guess. I just feel like the Broncos, they'll get it together at some point.
But
Kirk or Hurts?
Hurts.
I'm gonna fucking answer.
We saw Monday night.
Yeah.
I don't even know why they give Vikings primetime games. It's literally guaranteeing
Well, now
a
you
loss.
have to with Jefferson. You got to get that man on prime time.
Trade him.
Trade Jefferson.
Let him go play with a good team. This is how
We'll
I
take
feel. I don't even like when we get good players. Like when we drafted Dalvin, I was like, great, another wasted fucking career.
Yeah.
That's how I felt with AP too.
I know. You don't really feel it until you get your Herbert.
No, you don't. And I don't think we'll ever get one. I really don't. I don't think that they have the nuts to draft a quarterback. Like a
Luckily,
good one.
it's so hit or miss that they could accidentally do it. It's literally 50% hit or miss.
True, but
If you
at
look
the
at
same time,
if you
it's
go
like,
back so many drafts of more than 10 years, it's hit or miss. Dolphins took Tua. They could just have Herbert. They could
right,
have
and
Tua.
I guess Tom Brady
Who would
was
just be-
drafted in.
Oh, we think Tua's
Wouldn't
injury
matter.
prone in Miami.
Wouldn't matter.
He would be dead by now.
Yeah.
In that Raiders game that Justin was taking those hits at the end of the year, Tua isn't coming out of that. His other hip is.
Oh.
He'd
getting-
fit in.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
He'd fit in great.
He would have a jersey though. It would be cool.
I think we hit them all.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Great week 3, guys.
It was an interesting week 3, but I think we're gonna have a lot more to talk about next week. I think we'll have a good Sunday football coming up.
Okay. Cool. Go boys.
Go boys.
Go boys.
Go boys.
Yeah, pretty much it.
Knows how
Hoorah!
I got the Dez.
Go Vikes!